Manchester United stars are constantly under the spotlight. However, times are changing at Man United following Sir Jim Ratcliffe's and Ineos investment into the club. And Red Devils legend Gary Neville believes that change will include the on-pitch personnel, warning the squad after their 2-1 win over Luton that their futures were under threat.
Speaking to Sky Sports, he said, "What Ratcliffe has come in and done is say to all of them, I'm looking at every single one of you lot, you're all playing for your future. Wholesale changes including a new CEO and director of football are already being made by Ineos, but how are the squad faring ahead of the summer crunch? We have taken a look through the squad and given our verdict.
Read more in Man U.TDRAI of hope my dad won the treble at Man United. Now I'm making my own way in football. Double up, win a Porsche GT3 rupees and a Mercedes G63 AMG or £220,000 cash from just 85p. Andre Onana. Stay. Andre Onana has proven himself to be mostly reliable between the sticks after a dodgy start. He has one of the best goals prevented values in the Premier League, and one can only imagine the goals conceded column will improve when Man United address glaring issues further up the pitch.
Altay Bayindir, jury's out. Altay Bayindir has been given literally one chance to show what he is capable of in a Man United shirt, so it is difficult to judge him properly. Recent reports claim he has been offered the chance to move to Galatasaray in the summer, and it would not be hard to understand selling the 25-year-old if Man United stand to make a profit.
Most read in Football 99 Problems fans say it's not April 1st as Man United legend Solskjaer linked with Bayern job. Glass half full. Palace confirm Glasner replaces Hodgson in worst kept secret in football. OUT the Blue Birmingham stunned by Mowbray news. With ex-Prem boss possible replacement. SAD and Hodgson, 76, quits Palace after hospital dash with new boss immediately confirmed. How to get free bets on football. Tom Heaton. Stay. Veteran goalkeeper Tom Heaton is a reliable backup and is on a small wage at the club.
So long as the 37-year-old is happy being a backup, the character and experience he has can help nurture a younger goalkeeper as well. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants government to help pay for £2 billion Wembley of the North. Man United Stadium. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Go. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has never quite managed to make the right-back position his own for one reason or another.
The 26-year-old's contract expires in summer 2025, and considering the emergence of Diogo Dalot ahead of him and the club's need to bring in a new right-back, it makes sense to cash in before losing him for nothing. Diogo Dalot. Stay. Dalot has become a RUSEFUL player for the Red Devils under Erik ten Hag, filling in at left-back and making the right-back role his own.
A massive rebuild at the club is needed, and even if Dalot himself is not the main star to lead that revolution from the defence, he should be kept on this summer to provide competition and cover for potential injuries. Raphael Varane. Go. Raphael Varane has got himself back in the Man United starting 11 after a rough patch of form earlier this season.
However, his injury record is unreliable at best, and on the mega wages he is on it would make sense to cash in on the Frenchman with a year left on his deal in the summer, especially if reported interest from Saudi Arabia re-emerges. Harry Maguire. Go another star who has worked his way back into the starting 11 this season. Harry Maguire has showed he had a place at Man United, though errors on the ball in matches against Luton and West Ham show he remains suspect on the ball. His lack of pace has always stood in contrast to the high line Man United want to play, and while Maguire has established himself once again, an centre-back overhaul is desperately needed and Maguire needs swept out as part of that.
Victor Lindelof. Go another player with a year left on their contract in the summer. Victor Lindelof should be a no-brainer sale. The Swede is in his prime and can still do a job at most top clubs, but he should be moved on to avoid Man United losing him for free.
Lisandro Martinez. Stay undoubtedly the best defender at the club. Lisandro Martinez should be an integral part of Man Utd's future. That being said, there are two things needed to make the Argentine World Cup winner a class above, and that is getting him the right long-term defensive partner and cutting out the injuries which have plagued him this season.
Johnny Evans. Go Johnny Evans could very easily be on the stay list, but we have opted to move him on considering his age. Evans was part of the club's Premier League title-winning season and he has shown that at times this season, including some stunning assists and brilliant defending, but he has also shown his age at times when he has been skinned or outpaced.
Luke Shaw. Stay when fit. Luke Shaw is one of the best left-backs on the planet, so him staying put should not be a question. However, his injury record continues to get worse, so Man United need to consider a new left-back to compete or eventually overtake Shaw in the long run.
Terrell Malaysia. Jury's out talking of competition for Shaw. Terrell Malaysia should have been that piece exactly. The Dutchman generally did well when playing last season, but injuries have curtailed the progress he made.
He has age and a small wage on his side, so Man United can afford to give him the benefit of the doubt for the time being. Casemiro. Go last season a world-class player, but this season Casemiro has been liability both in and out of possession, with passes being given away in a sloppy manner and a number of cards being conceded.
Transfer interest is high in the Brazilian, and as the club's best-paid player, moving his wages off the books would free up space for one or two younger midfielders Man United can bring in to anchor their defence for years to come. Christian Eriksen. Go brought in on a free transfer. Christian Eriksen would represent pure profit from a financial fair play perspective, so making a sale to improve Man Utd's position on that front mean this is an easy one.
The former Tottenham playmaker proved a useful asset, and Ineos should look to bring in another player with similar traits, but ultimately Eriksen should be moved on to make way for fresh blood. Bruno Fernandes. Stay Man Utd's best player since his arrival just over 4 years ago. Fernandes remains second to none when it comes to creating chances.
He is the club captain and should have a spot in the team for the next few years at the very least. Kobbie Mainoo. Stay Carrington product. Kobbie Mainoo may be set for an England call-up for next month's international games and may even make it into the Euro 2024 squad.
Given how transformative he has been for the midfield of Man United this season, Ineos should look to build around him. Mason Mount. Jury's out. Despite flattering to deceive earlier this season, Mason Mount has seen his best season at Old Trafford riddled by injury.
He has similar qualities to Eriksen with an added engine to boot. He is another star who can be given the benefit of the doubt until summer 2025 at least. Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay has proven himself to be a brilliant plan B off the bench this season.
His goals have been vital to Man United, and as a result he should be kept around and used as a superb super sub rather than being given the nod to start week in week out. Sofyan Amrabat. Sofyan Amrabat arrived with a lot of hype in fixing a number of Man Utd's issues following his performances at the World Cup.
However, his loan transfer from Fiorentina has not worked out, and Ineos should simply allow it to expire rather than triggering the buy option. Marcus Rashford. Despite recent controversy and his less than ideal form, the Marcus Rashford debate can be boiled down to a simple question: how many players in world football can get you 30 goals? The answer is not many, and therefore Rashford should be kept around.
Alejandro Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho has made the right wing his own since coming into it. He remains a raw talent, but his partnership with Rashford and Rasmus Højlund is proving to be electric, and one that can only get better with time.
Rasmus Højlund. After a slow start, Rasmus Højlund is now firing the goals in for fun with Man United. He needs a deputy to share the load with, but Højlund is an obvious keep. Anthony. The colossal price tag has not helped Brazilian winger Anthony Bedin.
But even if cost his original £25 million valuation, the former Ajax man has not provided enough evidence to suggest he can make the grade at Old Trafford. Anthony Martial. Out of contract in the summer, Anthony Martial has been a drain on club resources in the last couple of seasons.
He has chipped in with the odd goal, and his injury record means some sympathy can be handed to him, but ultimately Martial needs to be let go this summer. Read more. STORIESCOFFE shop horror. Little girl plunges from second floor window of Cafe Nero onto pavement. SUN might say Love Island All-Stars winners revealed hours before live final airs. Amad Diallo. Jury's out. If he was given a chance to play, it might allow Amad Diallo to prove his worth.
The 21-year-old winger can be afforded the benefit of the doubt that he can come good, given how he performed at Sunderland last season, and with some exciting cameos for Man United back in 2021. Man United News Live. All the latest news from Old Trafford.